Good stuff. So there's a, let me stand back a little bit. Slight difference today because we're now week 5, and as you know, the whole program is coming up in 2-week blocks. So we're week 5 and 6, we're going on to a new block. So I've extended the warm up a little bit, so we've got a little bit more mobility and activation work. And there's a progression on the exercises too, so they're slightly more demanding. If you find they're a little bit too demanding, I'll give alternative options to make it a little bit easier for you. And yeah, let me know how it goes otherwise. But the actual format's still the same, so we've still got 2 blocks of exercises, 2 sets, and 3 exercises in each set, 4 rounds, and 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. So let's get into the warm-up. We'll start at the back of the mat, and let's come down into our inchworms. Now, this time, this time we will add the twist. So tuck the chin down to the chest and then just roll down 1 vertebra at a time. Walk out until your shoulders are above your wrists. Bring your hips in line. Left foot forward. Bring your right elbow down to the floor. So move your hips as you're doing so. So bring the elbow down, then twist up and around. Make the twist movement. Start it with your eyes, if you like, so you're gazing up and around, following your hand. Left leg back to the start, right leg forward. Bring the right elbow down, lower the hips, twist and gaze up towards the ceiling. Right hand down, foot back to the beginning, and walk back to the start. Okay, now curl up the vertebrae 1 at a time, nice and slow. Shoulders come up, head comes up last. And again, tuck the chin, roll down, very, very gently, walking out. Shoulders above the wrist, right foot forward this time. Elbow down to the floor, gaze up and around, follow your hand. Hand back to the floor, right leg back to the start, left leg forward. Take big steps here. Left elbow down, twist and look around. Left hand back on the mat, back with the foot and walk back. Curl up. Remember your head comes up last. Roll the shoulders back and down and look forward. Okay, tuck the chin. Number 3. We're going to do 6 of these today, so start just speeding up a little bit this time. So left foot forward, left elbow down, twist around. Remember to keep those hips down whilst you twist. Foot back to the start, right leg forward, elbow down, twist around. See if you can get a little bit more of a twist each time. And walk back to the start, uncurl. Number 4, we'll go right foot forward this time. Down we go. Shoulders above the wrist when we start. Right foot forward, right elbow down, twist around. Hand back to the floor, left foot forward, and twist. Walk back to your feet. Okay, last 2. Uncurl. Speed it up, speed it up. Right foot, elbow down, twist around, hand down, foot back, left foot, elbow down, twist, hand down, foot back, and walk back. Uncurl. Tuck the chin, down we go. Left foot forward, elbow, twist, hand down, foot back, right foot forward, elbow down, twist, hand down, foot back, walk back. Okay, last one, straight down. Right foot, shoulders above the wrists, right foot forward, elbow down, twist around, hand down, foot back, elbow down, twist, foot back, walk back to the start. Uncurl. Okay, All right, this time, come down onto the floor. Have your shoulders directly above your ribs, knees under your hips, and as you breathe in, look up. And as you breathe out, spread your shoulder blades behind you, push your upper back towards the ceiling. Breathe in, arch your back, push your shoulder blades down your back towards your hips, look up. Breathe in, go the opposite way. Sorry, breathe in this way. Get mixed up and out. Pull the abdominals in at this point. Breathe in and out. Really try to get some movement in that spine. Breathe in and out. Okay, this time stay in that same position. Have your right foot up, foot towards the ceiling. Now remember to keep your hips in place here, so don't, twist the hips. Keep them level with the floor and just push the foot up to the ceiling 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, bring it back down to the floor. Don't touch the knee on the floor and bring it out to the side. So if I go front on this time, so your knees are down in position, lift the right leg up and in. So up, out to the side, down, out to the side, down. 4, 5, 6, good. Okay, coming back to the start, so on the left leg this time. So again, hands above wrists, knees below. 20 seconds. Okay, we're good. Okay, so left foot up to the ceiling this time. Remember, engage the abdominals, pull them in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring the knee back down, don't touch the floor, and out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and last one. Okay, come back onto your shins. Right, come up to standing. All right, feet on either side of the mat. So remember your posture, shoulders back and down, engage the abdominals, squeeze the glutes, come down into the squat. Remember to keep pushing the knees out and come back up. Squeeze the glutes tight at the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, good job. 10, last one, right, jog it out. 1, 2, just bringing the heart rate up. 3, 4, 5. Okay, back into the squat, back of the mat. Shoulders back, engage the abdominals, draw the belly in, squeeze the glutes, come down, pushing the knees out, all the way up and all the way down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, squeeze tight at the top. 8, 9, 10. Here we go, jog it out, up and down the mat. 2, 3, 4, last one, 5. Okay, last round of this. Back into the squat, shoulders back, engage the abdominals, squeeze the glutes, coming down. A little bit faster. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Okay, and jog it out. Shake the legs off. 2 more. Almost done. Okay, good job. All right, grab a drink here if you need to, and I will explain the exercises. All right, so set 1, we've got to begin with this marching glutes. So we start heels close to the buttocks, lift up Now you have to really think about drawing the belly in here, squeezing these glutes tight, because otherwise we're just going to tip when we lift one leg off the ground. So we want to think about marching here. So we're just going to lift one leg at a time. Keep this torso as still as possible. This uses a lot of core work, a lot of glute work. So squeeze all of that super tight. Try to keep your hips up high. Try not to lower them over time. Okay, so that's number one. Second exercise, we've got a floor press. Now ideally you would have dumbbells for this. You could use kettlebells or you could use water bottles, for example. So I'll bring the water bottles here. If you have dumbbells, this is how I would like you to perform it. So really with either implements, you would be on your back and you're starting with your palms pointing away from you. So your upper arms are out about 45 degrees from your body and palms pointing away. You're simply going to engage the abdominals, so draw the belly in, push the dumbbells up to the ceiling and lower back down gently onto the floor. So push, keep it nice and slow. Because they're probably going to be light weights that we all have at home, I want the repetitions to be slower and more mindful. So think about pushing those weights up to the ceiling. Feel those muscles in the chest contract and lower back down. If you've got a bottle instead, these are very light, but try to get something heavier or 2 small bags loaded with something to make it heavier, but otherwise the same position. So arms out around 45 degrees from the body, palms facing away from you, and just squeeze up. Think about squeezing, pushing up to the top and lower back down. Again, as I said, it's really important that you think about contracting the muscles as adequately as you can, especially with lighter weights. So the third exercise, you can either use the dumbbells, or if you've got a heavier kettlebell, dumbbell or backpack, use that here. So we're going into thrusts this time. So, do you know what? I think I'll demo it with the dumbbells actually. So, holding the dumbbells by your side, bring them up. Now your feet are in squat position, so come down into a squat. As you come up, push the weight up above you. So come down, push up, down, push up. Okay? Any questions? Nope. Okay, good. Hold on, we have... Nope, we don't have any questions. I keep hearing beeps as if someone wants to speak to me. Alrighty, so let's start the timer. 3-second countdown. So we're going in for our glute bridges, our marching glute bridges at first.
3, 2,
here we go. Listen out for the beeps.
Go.
And start. The beep didn't go on this time. Let me fix that for some reason. Okay, this should be going. Alrighty, we're in position. Heels close to the buttocks, squeeze up.
Halfway
lift,
there.
One leg at a time. Keep it as slow as you need to make sure your torso doesn't flop from side to side. Really keep control and stability through the body. Squeeze.
Three,
Push through the heel of
two,
the foot that's planted on the floor.
Rest.
And rest. Okay, so we're coming into our floor press next. We've got our dumbbells or your water bottle, whatever it is you're holding, on either side of you. And in 5 seconds we'll begin. So come down onto the floor,
2,
grab
1,
your dumbbells,
go.
and palms pointing away from you. Squeeze up to the top, lower back down under control. Imagine you're trying to push through mud. So it's push, and on the way back down, again, you're pushing through mud to lower your hands to the floor.
Halfway there.
Really make the most of that mind-muscle connection. So push through mud on the way up, again on the way down. push. The whole time drawing the belly in.
3, 2,
Imagine that mud.
1, rest.
Okay, and lower. If you've ever done a marathon, you know that feeling when you get to the end, when you can barely lift your legs. It feels like you're wading through mud. Imagine that feeling there at that point. Okay, we are onto the squat
3,
thrust. So grab
2,
your weight,
1,
bring
go.
your feet into a squat position. Hands up at the shoulders, come down, push up, down, squeeze up, down, up, down, up. With these, just make sure you keep your knees pushed out at all times. Activate your abdominals.
Halfway there.
Big belly in. There's a nicer way of saying it. Okay, 10 seconds left. And go.
3,
One
2,
more.
1, rest.
And relax. Okay, round one. So now you know what you're doing this time. I'm asking you this week 5 and 6 to put more thought into each contraction.
3,
so come down
2,
on the floor.
1, go.
Really use the mind to help you get the most out of each exercise. So keeping those hips up high. Engaging those abdominals.
Halfway there.
You do what you want with your hands. Just try not to push through your hands. You can think about pushing the foot that's on the ground into
3,
the floor.
2, 1, rest.
Okay. Whew. Okay, floor press. So, get your dumbbells into position. Come down. We've got a few seconds left, so just grab
3, 2,
your
1, go.
dumbbells. Palms pointing away from you. Lower back pushed onto the floor. And push up. Think about that, wading through mud. Deep mud. Deep, deep, deep mud.
Halfway there.
If you want to think about breathing in here, if you think about breathing out on the way up, breathing in on the way down.
3, 2, 1, rest.
And rest. Okay. So we'll use those dumbbells again. So we've got 10 seconds. Shake it off here if you need to. Shake it out. And let's get into position for your
3,
squat thrust.
2,
so weight by
1,
the shoulders.
Go.
Squat down, push up. Squat down, push the weight up. Yes. That looks great, good. And up. Nice. Remember, we've got 40
Halfway there.
seconds. So just keep ticking in. 15 left. 10. 5 seconds left.
3, 2, 1, rest.
And lower. Okie dokie. Whew. How am I going to get through these today? All right, 10 seconds left till we begin our third round. So coming
3,
down onto the floor,
2, 1,
enter glute bridge
go.
position, hips up as high as you can, and march. Will be a very slow, controlled march. Keep the hips up high.
Halfway there.
Abdominals abdominals drawn in tight. Push through
3,
the foot
2, 1, rest.
and rest. Okay. Now you're coming into your floor press. So, bring a dumbbell on either side of you. Come down into position.
3, 2, 1, go.
And push up to the ceiling. Draw it back down slowly. Squeeze up. Remember your palms pointing away from you. Squeeze up at the top.
Halfway there.
And lower back down. Squeeze up. And down. And lower.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Okay. All right. Dumbbells in front, ready for the squat thrust. Coming up to standing. You've got a 10-second rest left. That 20 seconds goes down quick, eh?
3,
Okay.
2,
Right, lifting up your
1,
kettlebell,
go.
your dumbbells. Alrighty, come into your squat. Push up. Squat. Push up. Good. That's it. Keep your legs out. Knees pushing out. Super.
halfway there.
Yes. Lovely. That's it. Keep control of your abdominals as you're going down, so draw the belly in. Okay, great stuff.
3, 2, 1, rest.
And rest. Okie dokie. Last round. So, one more set, glute bridges, floor press, squat thrust. Coming down onto your back.
3, 2,
Heels beside near
1,
the buttocks.
go.
Squeeze the hips up and raise the leg. Same as all the other glute bridges, think about pushing that pubic bone up towards the ceiling.
Halfway there.
Hips up tall. Drawing your abdominals in.
3, 2, 1,
Squeezing the glutes.
rest.
And rest. Okay. Okie dokie. So floor press. Bring the kettlebells into position. Coming
3,
down onto your back.
2, 1, go.
Squeeze up. Remember that wading through mud. Squeeze. Drag the elbows down through the mud on the way back down. Breathe out.
Halfway there.
And out. A little bit of muscle mind control
3,
here.
2, 1, rest.
And rest. Keep those abdominals in front of you for the squats. Now, if you feel you need to drop the weight at any point for these squat thrusts, please do. You can still do the movement and get a good
3,
exercise without
2,
the weight
1,
if you need
go.
to at this point. Okay, so last round of these. Coming down, squeeze up. 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 Remember, important to keep those knees pushing out on the way down and on the way back up. Draw the abdominals in towards the spine. If you're getting tired, you're nearly there. 10 seconds left. If you want to, just drop the weight at any point and keep going and rest. Okay, let's move these out. All right, have a break. Well done. Have a sip of water. Get your breath back. While I demonstrate the next exercises. Alrighty, so set 2. We will lunge forward and lunge back. We'll do it all in the right leg to begin with. Next round we'll do the left leg and then we'll switch again. So standing up tall, shoulders again, back and down. Remember that 50-pound note on the shoulder blades. Squeeze it together, don't let it go. Draw the abdominals in, squeeze the glutes. Step forward, lunge down, come back to the start, step back, lunge down. Try to keep your torso up tall at all times, not kind of like this type of position, so torso up tall. That's our first one. We've got our bent over row next. So either your kettlebells, your dumbbells, which you used before, or your kettlebell. So for this one, have the right foot behind your dumbbell or your kettlebell, left foot beside it, tip over from the hips. Now keep your back strong, so don't curl it here and don't overarch it here. You can have your elbow on your thigh if you want to, or on your hand on your thigh. Now from here, you're going to keep your shoulders level with the floor and just squeeze the elbow up behind you and lower, squeeze and lower. Try to have this leg, the shin, upright. So again, squeeze the elbow up, lower, squeeze and lower. You don't need to put it down on the floor each time. Just lower it as far as your elbow arm straightens, and then bring it back up again. So the third exercise, number 3, we're in a plank position. And you're simply going to hold it here, but then one foot out to each side. Now you can see that on the video. Okay, so the whole time you're in the plank, you're just moving your foot. So it's just making it that little bit more unstable, so a little bit harder for you. If you find that's too much and you're losing control of your abdomen, just go back either onto your plank on your toes, or if that still feels a little bit unstable, go to the plank on your knees. Okay, all good? Okay, right, here we go. So we're going into lunge forward and backwards, right leg to begin with. Listen for the beep.
1, go.
So remember, torso up tall, foot back to the middle, then lunge back. Have your hands on your hips or wherever you feel comfortable.
Halfway there.
When you're coming back to standing, push up through the front foot. The front foot will change each time, but keep that one as where the power's coming
3,
through.
2, 1, rest.
I hope that made sense. Okay, you're bent over row. I'll turn this way so you can hopefully see better. Okay, so left foot comes onto the side of your weight. Your right foot will come behind you. We've got 5 seconds, so
3,
tip over
2,
from the hips,
1,
bend this leg,
go.
shin perpendicular to the floor, and squeeze the elbow up. So squeeze. Don't do any of this. Just keep your shoulders level with the floor. Squeeze. Squeeze. Think about your elbow reaching high behind you.
Halfway there.
And keep through the movement. So straighten the arm, no need to touch the floor. Squeeze the weight behind you. Lower and repeat. 5 seconds left.
3, 2, 1, rest.
The muscles in the back. Okay, we're on to our plank. So choose the version where you are at right now, which is challenging enough for you. So we've got 5 seconds, then we're in. Okay, let's get down. So we're on our
3,
elbows,
2,
in our plank
1,
position,
go.
and foot in and out. So keep your hips low, almost like a tabletop position with your upper back. So your hips aren't up in the air, and they're not sagging down onto the floor either, because you're not holding your core.
Halfway there.
So push through your elbows, push the floor away with those elbows. Keep drawing your abdominals in, nice and firm.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Okay. Whew. That was a progression from last week. Okay, so we're on the left leg this time. So we're standing up tall, center of the mat.
3, 2,
Shoulders back and down.
1,
Engage the
go.
abdominals. Left leg forward. Back to center. Left leg back. Okay. Remember, when you're coming up to standing, push through the foot in front to bring you back up.
Halfway there.
That's where we want all the weight to come through. Torso up tall.
3,
If you feel you're going to
2,
lose your balance,
1,
try and focus
rest.
on a point in front of you. Alrighty. Bent over row. So again, I'll go this side. So, left foot beside the kettlebell, right foot behind,
3, 2,
tipping over
1,
from your hips.
go.
And raise the kettlebell up behind you. Our hips and shoulder both square to the floor.
Halfway there.
That's nice, ladies, lovely. Yeah, good. Take a big step back behind you so you can lower your upper body.
3, 2,
Bend your front knee a little
1,
bit more if you have to.
rest.
And release the kettlebell. Alrighty. Back to our planks. And we have 8 seconds. So let's get into position.
3,
Take some
2,
breaths in here.
1,
Come down onto
go.
your elbows. And here we go. So remember, push your elbows away. Push the floor away with your elbows, I should say. Foot comes out, back in again. Keep this nice and controlled. Don't need to rush through it.
halfway there.
We're aiming to strengthen the core muscles here. So squeeze your glutes tight. Squeeze the abdominals in. Remember, if you need to, come down onto just your
3,
toes
2,
or your knees.
1, rest.
And you can hold that static contraction there, just squeezing everything in. Alrighty. So we're back to the lunges on the right leg. Whew, quick breath in. 5 seconds.
3,
so standing up tall.
2,
Abdominals
1,
braced,
go.
glutes squeezed. Right foot forward, right foot back. Take a big step forward, big step back.
Halfway there.
Oops. 10 seconds left. Okay.
3, 2,
Squeezing through.
1,
Push
rest.
through the foot. Okay. Bent over row. Breathe in. Get your kettlebell into position. We've got 5 seconds. So
3,
push that back
2,
leg out quite far
1,
behind you.
go.
Tip over from your hips. Lean on your thigh if that helps. Squeeze that elbow up and back behind you. Remember, hips and shoulders square to the floor.
Halfway there.
You should be feeling this, yes, in your shoulder and your arm, but
3,
we're working the
2,
muscles of the back here.
1, rest.
Okay. Alrighty, and rest. So go back onto our planks. We've got 10 seconds now. So just let yourself get into position. Bit of a breather.
3,
now
2,
come onto your elbows.
1, go.
Alrighty. Squeeze the abdominals in. Squeezing the glutes. Push that floor away with your elbows.
Halfway there.
Keep digging in, ladies. You're doing great. And show up here and get this done. It's all
3,
good.
2,
Strengthening,
1,
getting your
rest.
fitness done. Alrighty. Okay, last round. Come up to standing. So our lunges, forward and back, left leg. Stand in the centre of the mat. Shoulders back and down. Engage the abdominals,
3,
squeeze the
2,
glutes tight.
1, go.
Here we go. Left leg forward, left leg back. Think about your form throughout this. Try to keep it as controlled as possible.
Halfway there.
Okay, 5 seconds.
3, 2, 1, rest.
All right. And breathe. Not that you should have stopped breathing, of course. Last round, bent over row. So we'll do it from this side, if that gives you another good angle. All right, so
3,
left leg beside
2,
the bell.
1,
Right foot
go.
out the back. Actually, it's the opposite one, isn't it? It was left hand this time, sorry. Confusing you. Left hand. I knew it was going to be one of those days. Squeeze the left elbow up behind you.
Halfway there.
Remember to engage the abdominals, squeeze the glutes, also working your core at this time. So don't let them relax too much. Want to get the most out of this for the whole
3,
body.
2, 1, rest.
Okay, the kettlebell to the side. Coming down onto the mat for your planks. Final planks of the day. Take a breath in. All right, come
3,
down onto your
2,
elbows
1, go.
and your toes. So, squeezing those abdominals. Remember to push the floor away with your elbows. Feet out and in. We're almost there. Try and hold strong at this point. You've got this. You just need to keep trying your best. Stick at it. And good job. All right. Breathe in. Set 2's finished. Again, come up, grab a drink. Thank you. Okay. When you've got your breath back, we're going to do, for our little finisher segment, come back onto your mat and remember the squat position at the start. So we've got a foot on either side of the mat. Think about your torso. So shoulders back and down, squeeze those abdominals tight, squeeze the glutes. Now just come down into your squat and then lift up about a quarter of the way again. Back down and all the way to the top. Now that's what we're going to call 1 rep. So we're going to do 10 of those. So everyone ready? Let's get into position. So shoulders back and down, engage the abdominals, squeeze the glutes, come down, lift up slightly, back down, all the way up to the top. Squeeze the glutes tight at the top. Down, halfway up, down, 2, down, halfway up, down, 3, down, halfway up, down, 4, down, halfway up, down, 5, down, halfway up, down, 6, down, halfway up, down, 7, 3 more, down, halfway up, down, 8, down, halfway up, down, 9, last one, down, halfway up, down, and 10. Squeeze tight at the top. Super, well done. Okay, so coming on to the mat again. Oops. So we have abdominal crunches here. Now I don't want you to think about sit-ups. I simply want you to think about when you're lying flat on the mat here, think about bringing your ribs toward your hips. So making that gap smaller than it is currently. So it's simply going to look like this. So you lift your shoulders up off the floor and you squeeze these ribs, shorten that distance. You come back down, squeeze up, shorten the distance, come back down. Okay, so we're going to do 10 of those. So here we go. Push the lower back into the floor, shoulders up, squeeze, pause it slightly at the top and lower. You can support your neck if you like here, and lower. Up, squeeze, ribs to the hips, and lower. And again. 4, lower. 5, lower. 6, lower. 7, lower. 8, lower. 9, and last one, 10. Good job. Okay, this time take your hands underneath your hips and just bring your legs up. Now I really don't want you to think about swinging your legs, anything crazy here. Just simply have your hands above your hips, below your hips I should say, and think about drawing your hips towards your ribs this time, so you're crunching the other way. It's a very slight movement, so hips come towards the ribs and try to reach those feet up to the ceiling as you're doing it. So hips to hip, hips to ribs, feet up. Hips to ribs, feet up. Let's do 10 of these. So 1, 2, 3, slow controlled movements. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feet flat on the floor. Okay. All right. All with me? Okay, let's repeat that one more time. So we've got 10 ab crunches. So remember, ribs towards the hips. Make that distance between the two shorter. Okay, crunch up, squeeze, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Hands under your hips. Bring your legs in the air. So we're going the opposite way. Remember, hips towards the ribs and feet up to the ceiling. So nice and slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feet on the floor, flat. Release your hands. Okay, this time I simply want you to lift your shoulders and your head off the floor. Hold your hands in this position. So again, you're squeezing your ribs towards your hips. Now just hold, breathe here for the count of 10. So 10, 9, 8, hold your head if you want to, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, and breathe. Okay, ladies, well done. Let's get on with our stretches. Hopefully your abdominals have had a good workout. Alrighty, so stay flat on the floor. Raise your arms above your head and point your toes out in front of you. And elongate as much as possible here. So stretch your hands and your feet as far away from each other as you can. Feel that stretch in the abdominals you've just been working. And release. Bring both knees in towards the chest. Hands around the knees and rock slightly from side to side. Enjoy this bit, you've worked hard. Okay, now left leg goes out to the down to the floor. Right knee, hug it into the chest. Bring it over to the left hand side and reach out towards the left, towards the knee. Come round with the arm and look out towards the other side. Gaze towards your right hand. Now start to take some slower, deeper breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Each time, see if you can just relax that little bit further into the stretch. On each out breath. Next out breath, bring the knees back to the center. Hug them into the chest. Roll from side to side. And right leg stretches out this time. So hug the right knee over towards the right hand side. Point towards the right and lift your arm up around the head and over to the left and gaze towards the left hand. And again, sink into this stretch further with each out breath. Close your eyes here if you want to. Enjoy the twist. On your next breath, bring your knees back in towards your chest. Hug them in, roll from side to side. And come up to sitting. All right, let's move this. And just like we did the last time, come down onto your hands and your toes and bring your right foot in front of you. Bring your right knee across in front of the body and scoot your left leg back behind you. Okay, from here, tip forward from the hips and either stay in this position or come down onto your elbows, whatever suits you best. Wherever you are, just let your head hang, so shake it from side to side. Let it relax, let your shoulders relax. Breathe in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. One more here, then we'll switch legs. Okay, come back up onto your hands. Back of the back foot toes go into the floor. Push your other foot back and then bring your left foot forward this time. Okay, push that right foot back behind you. Coming down onto your elbows. And again, relax, shake that head, relax your neck, and start taking some nice deep breaths in and out. Relaxing into that stretch. Okay, and come back up. So right toes push into the floor, push yourself back and come onto your knees. All right, when you're ready, come up to standing. Okay, let's stretch the hamstrings out. So feet together, tip over from your hips, come forward. Wherever you are, if you're touching the ground, great. If you want to hold onto your legs, or if you want to fold your arms in front of you, draw the abdominals in and just let your upper body hang. Again, shake your head from side to side, check your neck's relaxed, and breathe in. Draw your kneecaps up. Think about pulling them up into towards the centre of the body. See if you can let yourself lower just a little bit each time you breathe out. So breathing in and lower ever so slightly. Don't stretch into pain. Just try to get a little bit further if you can each time. As you come up, just bend your knees slightly and uncurl your spine, one vertebra at a time, just as we did earlier during the warm-up. Shoulders will come back and round, and head comes up last. Good job, nice and controlled. Okay, quadricep stretch. Right foot. So keep the knees together. Push the right foot into the right hand. Remember, push hips forward. And release. Left leg. Knees together, hips forward. Holding on to something if you need to. Otherwise, just try to keep the knees together. Now push the foot down into the left hand. So just a little bit of an extra stretch there. And release. Shake the legs out. Okay, good job. Just come over, let's stretch the inner thighs a little bit to begin with. So take a wide stance, feet pointing forward. Now again, tip over from the hips. And just wherever you are, again, if you want to cross your arms here, that's fine. Or if you want to have your hands on the floor, either way, whatever you feel best. Just feel the stretch up the inner thigh. Shake your head from side to side. Lift those kneecaps up again towards the centre of the body. And to come out, bend your knees. Uncurl, one vertebra at a time. The head comes up last. Scoot your feet in to come back to standing. Okay, bring the right arm across in front of you. Squeeze it over the front of the body. Pull the right shoulder blade down towards the hips. And push the arm up behind you, pulling the elbow behind the head. See if you can reach further down your back each time. What, 5 weeks in now, 4 weeks in, starting the 5th. Hopefully you'll be feeling a bit more flexibility and mobility in the joints now. Okay, release the arms. Left arm in front of you. Pull it over and front. Pull the left shoulder blade down. Enjoy that stretch in the shoulder. Now push the left elbow up and behind. See if you can get any further with this arm, or if it's the same as the other, or less than the other. In fact, in terms of how far your fingers go down your back. And release. Shake it out. Okay, let's stretch the neck. Put the left ear towards the left shoulder. And you all know this by now. So we'll look down to the left armpit. Rotate the head around in front to the right armpit. Turn the neck so the ear is put towards the right shoulder and rotate round the back. Always be careful when you go back the way, because there's usually a lot of if it's painful, don't go too far into that movement. So again, left ear to left shoulder. Look down towards the armpit. Turn around in front, looking to the right armpit. Right ear to the shoulder and back to the left. Okay, let's go the opposite direction this time. Right ear, look down to the armpit, around, left ear, left shoulder and back. Right ear, right shoulder to the armpit, rotate around, left ear. Now bring your head up to the center. Okay. Rest your hand gently, your right hand on the left hand side of the head. Pull the head across. Again, if you want to, just reach out. Reach away with your opposite hand. Remember not to pull on your head here. You're just resting very, very gently. And release. Opposite side. So left ear to left shoulder. Right arm comes out. Push the arm away. And release. Shake it out. Shake your legs, upper arms. Okay, well done. Finished. Thanks so much, ladies. Let me unmute everybody.